What is happening? Today is going to be a little bit of a different video. No tutorial, no how-tos, just a kind of a behind the scenes or behind the concrete, if you will. Also going to give you a cool sneak peek into some of the cool new tools and materials I've been sent to review, as well as a sneak peek into some of the upcoming videos that I have planned. So let's get into it and stop staring at my wood. First though, I'd like to thank my awesome patrons for helping support the channel and for helping fund these cool projects that we do on this channel. Some of these projects can get very expensive, and without these patrons, some of these big ideas and projects would never come to life. But one of my other favorite things about my patrons is that I get to share ideas and goals with them. But one of the goals that I will share with you is this year I intend on hitting 500,000 subscribers by the year 2024. So in order to do that, I've been trying to put out more consistent content for you guys, which I've never done before. Hit those really hot topics like dry pour concrete, and come up with some really outside of the box content that you guys really haven't seen before. I still try to hit on projects that you guys are currently watching, but I'm always trying to add my own little twist to it. Now, I have stopped asking people to subscribe. I got to imagine that you guys are just as sick of hearing like and subscribe just as much as I am. But if you know somebody that you think could benefit from my content, let them know about the channel. But let's talk more about those outside of the box projects. This extremely gorgeous slab of wood is called spalted hackberry, and I got big plans for this handsome slab. So the big plan here is to do an epoxy river table. But I know everybody's doing an epoxy river table right now, especially if you watch Jason from Bourbon Moth. He hates them.
I hate river tables. I think they're stupid and I think they're ugly.
But I still think that if Jason were to ever see this project, he would still have an appreciation for it. I really hope that he does, because I'm gonna meet him someday and we're gonna be like best friends. Best friends, Jason. We're gonna be best friends. But again, looking for ways to add my own twist to it, I teamed up with Rick from EasyFirePits.com. He wanted to team up again and do a really cool project, so him and his associate Alex sent me a ton of Pinteresty inspiration, and we put our heads together and this is what we came up with. So Rick suggested that we do a fire table similar to the one that we did a couple years ago, only this time instead of doing a concrete top, we do an epoxy river wood top. But also we're gonna take it just 4 steps further. So again, trying to make it different, I'm going to take that top and then I want to do on one side, I want to do a waterfall edge. So I want to bring that epoxy table off to the right side and down to the floor. Again, we're going to have our rectangular propane fire pit insert in the center, but also Rick was kind enough to send me this windbreaker that's going to surround the pan. Not only is that going to make it look way cooler, but with the last fire pit, I noticed that the wind would really take those flames wherever the wind was going. So this is going to be not only be very, very functional, but it's going to look really cool too. Now with the base, I wanted to do the base the only way I knew how, which was make it out of a combination of pallets and corrugated metal roofing. We also got Total Boat involved, got them to send us some material, but this is the brainchild from Rick and Alex from EasyFirePits.com. So thank you very much to Rick for sending me whatever kind of hardware I could ever want. As far as the finish for the wood, real quick, I bought this Rubio Monocoat. Again, I love Jason's YouTube channel, The Bourbon Moth, so if you don't watch The Bourbon Moth, please subscribe to his channel. But people like Jason, Lizzie from the House of Timber, John Malecki, Jeff Mack Designs, I'm always seeing them use this Rubio Monocoat, and I've been so curious as to what it's like to work with this stuff. I hear nothing but good stuff, so I bought a can myself, and I'm very excited to try this out and to show you guys how it works. So this is the project that I'm currently working on for the next video coming up. And it's going to be another dry pour, but I wanted this one to be different. I didn't want to just do some small, boring pad. Not only am I making this a circle patio, but it's going to have individual square pads inside that circle. I'm going to have 3-inch gaps between the pads, and I'm going to fill that up with gravel. Now, I've seen this done all over Pinterest before, but I haven't seen one done within a circle, and I definitely haven't seen anything like this on YouTube. But on top of that, I am also going to be building a gazebo on top of this patio to hopefully further prove that not only does dry pour have a place for certain projects, but kind of try to push the envelope a little bit in what kind of projects it is good for. So hopefully this will give this whole dry pour subject kind of a new lease on life, if that makes any sense. And rolling up sod by hand, not an easy task. I'm telling you, not fun. I know what you're thinking, why not just rent a sod cutter? But a sod cutter is anywhere from $80 to $160 to rent for the day, and this is a 16-foot diameter. It's like it's too big to do by hand, but not big enough to go through all the trouble of not only renting a sod cutter, but loading that big machine up in your truck and unloading it. So I'm just gonna chisel away at it a little bit. The robins are sure enjoying me pulling up the sod and exposing all the delicious worms and grubs that I have to offer. Another way that I wanted to make this dry pour project different is by doing a much larger project. I don't know, say 50 bags worth. This isn't going to be a video, but this is something that's got to get done. Is I've got to properly set these stepping stones. Remember when I made these guys? But ever since we moved into this house, I just very randomly put some stepping stones there just so we could get through this muddy mess to get to our cars in the parking spaces. Well, now I'm finally getting around to making a nice pathway from the back patio to our parking spot. Also, a video coming up this summer. I'm going to do that firewood storage shed that I promised last year. Gotta clean up this mess. That's what I ended up pouring this slab for in the first place, and just never got around to it, like everything else. But it's gonna be 5 feet wide by 5 feet tall, I believe. Gonna have a kind of modern look to it, but also gonna have some corrugated metal roofing. But the problem is that we're having a party in 2 weeks, so all this stuff has to get done in 2 weeks. So one of the things that definitely has to get done is I got to get this whole patio area cleaned up, straightened up. I got to get all the winter leaves blown out of here and cleaned up, and I got a lot of straightening and cleaning to do. But a company called Tomahawk sent me a really fun toy to play with that's going to help me do all this and prepare for the party. A fella named Blake from Tomahawk reached out to me, wanted to see if I'd be interested in trying out this awesome backpack fogger. Without hesitation, I said hell yes, because I knew that I could absolutely use one of these. The patio is clean! But the best part of this is that this is actually a 3-in-1. It's a fogger, it's a blower, it's a duster. Now, I don't have a very large garden or crops of any type, so I'm not going to be using the crop duster feature of this, but I am absolutely going to need the blower on a weekly basis. The mosquitoes during the summer in my backyard, it gets really bad. And I usually end up having to spray for mosquitoes at least once a week to keep the mosquito population down. So since I'm having this party in 2 weeks, I am definitely going to be fogging the entire backyard. Now, I did go on Amazon and I purchased this stuff. I'm not even going to try to pronounce this name, but I'll leave a link down below for where I got it. But this is apparently what the professionals use, and I should be good for about 3 months with this stuff. Now, a word of caution, this stuff kills everything. So make sure you're spraying during the evening when the bees are going to sleep, so that way you're not killing off a bunch of bees. It has a 3 horsepower engine, 63.3 cc's, 200 mile per hour air velocity, and 475 CFM. It takes a 50-to-1 fuel and oil mixture, 3.7 gallon tank, and it weighs 38 pounds, so not bad. It has a spraying range of 40 feet and a spraying range of 25 feet vertically. At first, I didn't understand why you would want to do that, but when I was using the fogger, oh yeah, mosquitoes like to live up in the trees, so now I get it. But apparently you can spray a whole acre with this thing in 30 minutes. So it's good for both commercial use and residential use. But I very much enjoyed using this thing. It's very easy to use, very powerful, very easy to start, and so far trouble-free. My favorite thing so far about this thing? Makes me feel like a Ghostbuster. Now this particular unit runs about $399.99, and I looked up online, and at Home Depot you can get a backpack blower for about the same price or more, but it's just a blower. This is 3-in-1. And that's the main reason why I agreed to do a review on this particular unit, because it's multi-purpose, and I absolutely love when tools are multi-purpose. So if you're interested in this, link down below. Thank you to Blake and Diane for sending me this unit. I absolutely love it. Another video coming up soon is these test pieces that I'm running. It's the 48-hour, 2 weeks, and 4 weeks later. I actually need to cut into the 2-week blocks and see what's inside. You would not believe what I found when I cut into the 48-hour blocks. Blew my mind. Also had this company send me this really cool side-by-side stone sharpening system. I get to test this thing out and let you guys know what I think. But more details that on a future video. If you're new here, thank you guys so much for joining the channel. If you've been here for a while, thanks for sticking with me. I hope you enjoyed this kind of behind the scenes teaser video, and I hope it gets you excited for the things that I have planned for you guys this summer. But I hope you guys had a great Memorial Day weekend, and I hope you were safe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.